pregame show.
Hey everybody, I'm your host, the man sitting in the middle, Ernie Johnson, with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Well, what a treat. The NBA postseason begins. Moments away, it'll be the Chicago Bulls going up against the Philadelphia 76ers at Wells Fargo Center. Checking out the 76ers, the second seed in the East, a confident team entering these playoffs. They're looking to make a deep run and contend for a title. And this is it, Shaq. 16 teams left. Start of the NBA playoffs. What do the higher seeds need to do to avoid an upset?
Well, it reminds me of Kenny's Ferrari. You want everything to be running right.
Yep.
Efficiency, don't give anything away.
I agree. It does. But you have to dictate your pace, even know how fast you're going, Shaq. You can't just go out and boom and go off the cusp. So it's really important to dictate the pace.
Time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as they get ready for the opening tip.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA. Round 1, Eastern Conference, the NBA playoffs. The Bulls have heard the doubters. As the 7th seed, they face a daunting battle ahead. Will they be able to dictate the first chapter of the series against the 76ers? Round 1, Game 1, the NBA playoffs, coming up next.
We're in Philadelphia, where the crowd is on their feet. Welcome, everyone. The regular season is in the books. The battle for the East begins. Round 1, Game 1. With Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, Kevin Harlan. And joining us tonight, a man who once said he will never write another traditional sports column. Please don't say that, sir. Bill Simmons. Don't say that.
Well, now you just have to tweet. You need 280 characters, and you can continue to write.
What do you think of social media?
I actually think for basketball, it's been a huge advantage. And it hasn't been a huge advantage for a lot of other things, but I think it's made basketball a lot more fun. I do worry, though, sometimes that people are just watching their Twitter feed over the games. I still think there's an advantage for people who actually are watching what's going on versus watching people's reactions to what's going on.
Interesting. Taking a look at Philadelphia. The tension is electric, and the importance is critical as they have a chance in their own building to take Game 1 of the series.
And they're ready to go. I mean, as we can hear, so are their fans. This can be an intimidating building to play in when the crowd is this charged up. That alone gives them a huge leg up.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. And down low, it's Markkanen and Carter. Murray out there with Zach LaVine. And it's Durant in at the small forward position. And the shot is good. You know, Bill, when you look at the players the Sixers have put together, they should be a perennial contender, it would seem, on paper for years to come.
But that's the thing about the NBA. You never know.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of these teams that looked like they were the next potential dynasty, and within 2 years, they made a trade. Somebody got hurt. I mean, you talk about the 80s Rockets. You talk about the Magic in the 90s. They made the finals. Within 14 months, that whole team is gone. The OKC Thunder, 2012, Game 5, Miami. I took a picture of KD and Harden and Westbrook with their arms around each other. They never played together again. So I think the thing you learn over and over again with basketball, even Derrick Rose and the Bulls, every time you think there's the next young team that's coming, they still have to actually do it, and sometimes they don't.
Here's Simmons after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Embiid wide open. The 76ers again can't hit it. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. LaVine and the rejection by Smith. Simmons against Murray. Lets it go from 14. The 76ers again can't hit it.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 fall.
To the middle. And Markkanen with the basket on the assist by Murray. Markkanen's got his first points of the night.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
And the 76ers decide to take their first timeout here. And Philadelphia has possession. They trail by 6. Simmons on the wing. He's covered by Murray. Fader on the way. Yep, that one goes in there. Simmons got his second basket of the game.
You gotta at least contest Simmons from the mid-range. I mean, he has the touch to be effective.
Carter kicks to Durant. Bill, it's interesting. More than 50 colleges and universities now offer scholarships in esports. I did not know this, and that number is probably only going to go up.
Yeah, and it makes sense too. What's more popular, esports or water polo? No offense to the water polo players, but come on.
These kids love it. They cannot get enough of these games.
No, we should have, every college should have esports.
And he knocks down the first one.
I mean, Durant's an incredible player. I don't know how much better you can get. We've had a front row seat for quite a while watching his game of center.
Durant hits them both.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Simmons finds Smith, and here's Embiid, guarded by Levine, 18 feet away, and he knocks it down.
Making outstanding use of the mid-range area. The big man, Embiid, he enjoys mixing this shot up and time and time.
And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Levine against Covington. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Here's Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
6'10" Simmons. I mean, he has some insane handles. He's phenomenal at creating for himself.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
I briefly spoke with Jim Boylan. He talked about how important this first game is to them because it helps set the tone for the whole series. He said, win or lose, the key for us tonight is that we play tough, we play smart, and let them know they're in for a heck of a fight the rest of the way. Sounds like some strong words, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks, David. Bill, you've done quite a few player interviews over your life, and I'm sure there are some guys that have surprised you with what they've got to say.
Yeah. I think we're in a really cool generation with basketball players where they're these really thoughtful guys who aren't afraid to share stuff. You know, some of the guys try to protect their images and their manufactured reputations, I would say, to some degree, but for the most part, the candidness of some of these guys, you can't hide on a podcast. Mm-hmm. If I have you for an hour, you're not going to be able to dodge stuff. You're going to have to talk.
Well, you challenge people, which is that's the beauty of the podcast.
Well, and I don't have notes, so I do it. I'm looking at you, you're looking at me, and we're going. And
that's
you got to be ready.
That's how Larry King used to do it. Yeah.
So some guys are ready. Like Durant was great. Durant was ready to talk, and we did 5 podcasts, and everything's on the table with him. But my favorites are, somebody like Kyrie came in, really smart, kind of sort of ready to go, but not totally, but then got into it. And those are usually the best ones.
Well, free throw drops for Embiid. I want to get back to what we were chatting about, Bill, with how today's NBA players are so media ready, whether it be interviews or social media. Your take is really interesting.
I think in general, all these guys, the guys now are so used to talking to people and being in front of people, and they're not surprised by questions, and they know how to handle themselves. They know how to not get in trouble, and they're comfortable.
Plus maybe they've kind of grown up with you, though, too. You've been relevant for many years. Well, they've grown up with your stuff.
To be honest, a lot of them just know me as the white guy on NBA Countdown. They might not have read me, but they remember like that year I was with Jalen Rose. But what's weird is...
I think you'd be surprised more.
Well, you know this too. When you're on TV, the credibility you get from being on TV, I wasn't prepared for within the NBA.
Oh, really?
I think that's true, yeah. I think it's like, oh, he's on TV, he's okay. Mm-hmm. And maybe they don't agree with you all the time, but you've passed some imaginary checkpoint with those guys.
Well, you may think that TV was your validation. This is going to be your validation.
Oh, 100%.
2K. This is it. I'm stamping you right now.
This is better than winning a Pulitzer Prize.
And the chemistry. Veen has with these guys, isn't it evident? Tremendous at finishing off these alley-oops.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment. Indeed, what a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Habit. Now here's Embiid. Here's Simmons. Another miss by Philadelphia. Bill, several of your books have been bestsellers. How did it feel to see your work so well received around the world?
I think I was really happy that the basketball book did well because I spent a long time writing it. I mean, 700 pages. And when it got mailed to me, it was so big, I thought people would just be terrified of it. And, it turns out...
I think they embraced the
size. I think they did. They liked it. I designed it for people to be able to put on their toilet or bring on an airplane or whatever they wanted to do with it. But I was always amazed that there wasn't a basketball book that tried to kind of group all these other books and some of the opinions and all the misinformation. Like the fact that, honestly, the reason I wanted to write the book was just that people thought Wilt Chamberlain was better than Bill Russell. And yet every single thing written in the 60s was that Bill Russell was better. And all the players would say Bill Russell was better. And when they played together, Bill Russell's team won. So it's like, how do we get to the point where people think Wilt Chamberlain was better? So it was that, some other stuff that made me want to write the book.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Well, you have to review your matchups, make sure you're maximizing the potential of each one.
Noel's checked in for Joel Embiid. Outside Portis. Now here's Valentine. Guarded closer. Here's Durant. That's his fourth basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
And there's the foul. It's on Bobby Portis. That's his first foul. Simmons left side. Right side Davis.
Yeah, but you have to like the mentality to get inside, even though they're struggling to finish. They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Now Simmons following Durant's three-point attempt. And here is Simmons. He's got 6. Noel down low. Durant against Simmons. Outside for Davis. Clock at 4. From deep three-point range, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Chicago leading by 6. Bill, we know about the love affair you have with the NBA, and you've written about it for so long. Started with the $4 ticket in Boston with your dad.
Yeah, my dad bought season tickets for the 1973-74 Boston Celtics, and it was only 1 ticket. And I think it was $4 a game, probably like $160 total. And he used to carry me in mainly because they didn't want to pay for a babysitter. So I started going to games that year, probably sleeping through a lot of them. And they won the title.
How old were you in 72?
So I was 4.
4 years old.
I'm not going to lie. I don't remember anything from that season. The first season I remember is the year later when they lost before the finals to Washington. And then the year later, they won the famous finals against Phoenix, the triple overtime game. I was there.
Was Cowens on that team?
Cowens, Havlicek,
Yep.
JoJo White.
Yep.
And I was at the triple overtime game in the 76 finals. It was probably the most famous NBA game ever of the... the kids out there now would nominate like Game 7, 2016 or something. But triple overtime game was the most famous game ever. And I slept through the entire second half and the first overtime. But then woke up because everybody was standing the whole second overtime, so I had to get up.
The offensive rebound, and Davis throws it down.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
Here's Melton. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Bulls shooting their third free throw shot of the game. The 76ers trail by 8. And Philadelphia calls time here.
And when you take a look at that shot chart, the amount of misses lately, really unbelievable.
Man, this is a joke. Right? I mean, there's been some glimpses of hope, but they've been few and far between.
Chicago making a switch here. Markkanen's checked in. Bill Commissioner Adam Silver believes the 2K Esports League will have the staying power of the NBA, WNBA, the G League. A pretty powerful comment to make.
And I hope he's right, because I want to be the lead color guy. I want us to be the team. Why can't it be us, Kevin Harlan?
Are you kidding me?
Let's do that. Cut me the check. As
Sign
Rasheed
me
Wallace
up.
would say, CTC. Cut the check.
Bill Simmons is here.
I'm ready.
And Philadelphia has possession. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Just 5 on the clock. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Another miss by Philadelphia.
The defense is doing just enough to bother them.
Yes, that goes in. And now a 12-point Chicago lead.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Right off the opening tip, they've been relentless. And this style of play can be hard to come back against.
And there's the feed to Smith. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. 1:36 left to play here in the first. Levine looking around. Poked away. And Smith with a clear path to the hoop. Shamet, he's covered by Murray. Passes to Redick. He kicks to Embiid. Clock at 4. Good on the bucket. Embiid's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Philadelphia.
Shots like this demonstrate why people are excited about Embiid. I mean, he has no fear catching the shit.
In the corner, it's Levine. Goes up on the high post, and it's off the back rim. No good. Philadelphia shooting the ball to the tune of 41% from the field so far. Shamet, he's covered by Murray. And the pass to Noel. Redick against Levine. Redick with the bucket.
That's all you can do on defense. Redick is just amazing shooting the ball, especially when he's under pressure.
Outside, Levine. Pass to Murray. The layup missed. And that does it for the first quarter. Bulls lead by 6. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And we welcome you back to our presentation of Game 1. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Listen, early on taking the league, I just like their approach offensively.
Yeah, right. Only the first quarter. Don't over panic, but it seems like their strategy is working. We'll see if the other side can counter.
Bill, you've watched the NBA evolve. Talk about some of the biggest changes over the last decade you've seen.
The three-point line and the threes or foul shots philosophy, I think, is the biggest thing. Just the pace of the game has really improved and to a really pleasing way for fans. Like just what Steve Nash was doing last decade and those Suns teams, that everybody's playing that way now. I think the social media and the players basically getting rid of the wall between them and the fans, using social media, using Instagram, and we just feel like we know these guys better. And their ability to control their own message now versus where they were 10 years ago. It all started with the decision in LeBron James, and it's carried through this whole decade. And these guys now, they can get whatever message out they want. They can criticize the president. They can criticize their own team. They can ask for a trade. If they get called out by some writer or somebody who has a hit piece, they can go back at the guy and sick all their fans on the writer.
Noel and Embiid patrol the paint together inside. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Korkmaz at the three spot. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Going back to our topic from a moment ago, Bill, you mentioned the interaction between players and social media and how that's become a new facet, a skill we're seeing daily from players.
There's just way more accountability now. And I'm really impressed by how polished the guys are that come in the league now. And I think the LeBron generation,
gentlemen,
LeBron, Wade, Chris Bosh, some of those guys from the last generation that came up and became vets and really knew how, Paul Pierce, who knew how to handle their business. And now these new guys come in, they're 19, 20 years old, and they act like they're 30. I'm sure you see it at the games.
Shocking.
Whereas in the 90s, it was a free-for-all. And you had these guys who, if you gave them a live mic, you were terrified. And now these guys are 19 years old,
Polished.
giving, long interviews to reporters. It's like, how are you doing this?
Tatum in particular is very
Tatum's
impressive.
already good at being a bad interview.
He's
like he doesn't say anything. He knows how to dodge any question. It's like, you're 19. How do you know how to do this?
Unbelievable. Now here's Valentine. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Harkinen passes to Clark. Over to the left wing. Here's Melton. Takes the 13-footer, and it's Joel Embiid with the rebound. Here's Korkmaz. Feeds it to Embiid. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Bill, we know in your writing that you love to incorporate pop culture references. How did that begin with you?
Well, it began because in college, I was dropping them in columns and people were responding. I think pop culture probably mattered more when I was in college in the 80s and 90s because, we didn't have the internet back then. It was harder to connect with people you didn't know. Basically, you had sports and pop culture and politics. Those were the 3 ways of I'm getting to know you. What are the 3 things we're going to talk about? I didn't want to talk about politics with anybody, so the other 2 things for me were sports, pop culture. I was also an only child in the 70s with only 5 or 6 TV channels watching Brady Bunch, Partridge Family, Sanford and Son, Jefferson's, Good Times, all that stuff. And, that stuff just soaks into your DNA, and that's it.
And Bill, in talking about the connection between pop culture, sports, and basketball during your career, through it all, you've always been a writer, though, haven't you?
Always been a writer. Only that was the only child of me. The thing is, though, I would have watched more basketball, but basketball wasn't on. I try to explain this to people, how lucky they are to be able to watch.
They can't believe these finals were taped away.
Well, but think about the day-to-day, right? Like Magic Johnson. I feel like I saw his whole career, but I really didn't. Like, his first couple of years in L.A., I think CBS was only showing, 6 or 7 regular season games.
Sunday afternoons.
In the playoffs, they would bump them off.
Yep.
USA, I think, got the contract in maybe 1982, but for the most part, I love George Gervin. I probably saw him play in person twice, and I saw him on TV maybe 10 times, 12 times. And now I could watch Giannis every day. And if Giannis dunks, I can see it on Twitter 5 minutes later, or 5 seconds later. So I think people are lucky. You guys should appreciate how lucky you are out there.
The Bulls leading by 4. Carter outside. Markkanen against Noel. Pass to Valentine. And the Bulls with another miss.
Very slack defender. Playing with fire to leave him that open beyond the arc.
Outside, Redick. From the stripe. Here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Stellar work on the offensive end. Embiid, his reach helps him track down many second chance opportunities.
Hits to Markkanen. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for it.
Well, Pat, it could be. Take a great defensive play. Follow it up with a big-time dunk. That'll always get a team fired up.
Here is Carter. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Back to Valentine. Just 5 to shoot. Three-pointer. And no good. And it's Philadelphia the other way. Inside, there's Noel, and slam dunk by Noel.
That was a sensational feed. He hit him right on the move.
Chicago trailing here. Passes it to Markkanen. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Here's Carter. Plays it up and banks it in.
Timeout.
Carter's got his first bucket of the night.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Timeout called the 76ers. And Simmons has got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Down low, there's Noel, and Noel throws it down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam, using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Murray kicks to Levine. Outside to Murray. And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That's foul number 2 for him. Davis against Levine. 4 on the clock. That one wide left. Here's Philadelphia. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. High post, Davis. He kicks to Simmons. Back to Davis. It's good with time running down on the shot clock. And now a 4-point 76ers lead. Chicago's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. To the middle. And Levine throws it down.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. 76ers have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Simmons on the wing. A shot, and it's good off the back rim and in. Simmons got the lead up to 4 now for Philadelphia. Levine finds Durant. The pass to Portis. Levine against Moore. And LaVine, here we go. Over Moore. LaVine can't hit.
The movement and the shot selection is good there, but you can't hit them all.
Moore passes to Simmons. Over Murray. Misses off the right eye.
He's been off target for the most part, but it hasn't held them back as a unit.
Pass to Durant. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
The defender overreaches right there. Durant recognizes it and quickly baits him into the hat.
He is 3 for 3 from the free throw line. That's good from Durant. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
To Simmons. For Murray. Ben Simmons gets the bucket. Simmons got 10.
That's a tough size matchup there, and he takes advantage of it from mid-range.
Bulls trail by 4. Defended by Covington. Right side, Portis. Lets it go with the 3. Durant, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Covington's shot is off. Chicago's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Murray gets to Durant. Back to Murray. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Ben Simmons. Chicago shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. Free throw good, Murray.
They've hit every one of their free throws here in the second quarter. Very important when you're trailing.
Second free throw, no good. Now the 76ers with it. They're on a 16-7 run. Simmons with it. Now defended by LaVine. Ben Simmons gets the bucket.
Terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Back to Murray. Durant with a wide open look. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. And that's now 21 points for Kevin Durant.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Yeah, but here's the problem. They play team ball. So if you pay him too much attention, that just leaves other guys open, and it's too difficult of an adjustment to make.
And here's LaVine who brings it up for the Bulls. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
You just feel like it's going in. Durant has a lethal-looking stroke from beyond the arc.
Here's Simmons. He's got 12. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall. Simmons got 8 points in the quarter.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Chicago calls timeout. Embiid, he's checked in for the 76ers. Smith comes in for Ejuan Moore. And Chicago also making a switch. Markkanen's checked in. Murray right side. For 3, Durant. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 4 rebounds in this game. Covington drops one in from the wing. And it's a 3-point 76ers lead.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Not loose. Back to Murray. And that's good. Lead pass to get it done. Murray's got 7 points.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Here's Simmons. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Well, it's clear Simmons is a unique player. He's 6'10", a guard, can pass the ball, move the ball, great vision. It's a no-brainer that he's been compared to Magic Johnson and LeBron.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
2 shots.
First one falls for him.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
And he makes the first but misses the second. Chicago trailing here. LaVine inside the 3-point line. And the shot is long.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. Hayes got to be better in those situations.
I'd love to hear his explanation of coach right there. I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
Now here's Embiid. He's got 10. It's hauled in by Kevin Durant. Lobs it up for LaVine. And the jam by LaVine.
Now look, an assist like that gives Durant more hype than any other play he makes. He loves creating an easy bucket for a teammate.
Simmons feeling it out a bit. He feeds it to Davis. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got his 4th assist in this one.
Well, he's been the safety valve for them on every possession. So dependent.
Hey, Bill, thanks for coming by. Fantastic stuff as usual. We really appreciate your time.
I appreciate being on Go Celtics.
You can't root on these guys.
I'm absolutely rooting. That's my team.
And Greg, a lot of great sports writers out there, also great commentators. And then there's Bill Simmons. He's kind of carved out his own category.
You know, Bill once said he will never write a traditional sports column, and he stayed true to that. He writes from the viewpoint of the passionate sports fan and brings that to his commentary as well.
A solid glue guy to have on the team. Covington is so adept, Kevin, at sharing the rock with his guys.
Simmons against Murray. Here's the teardrop. And a wide open look for Portis. And the Bulls with another miss. The 76ers leading by 6. Davis kicks to Simmons. He dishes it to Smith. Embiid inside. Working on Portis. Outside, LaVine. Dishes to Markkanen. And Markkanen throws it down.
Capable of doing many things well. LaVine has a good sense of when his guys are open.
1 second left. That one doesn't drop. And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for the Philadelphia 76ers. What a quarter that saw them generate a great comeback effort and are now out in front with momentum behind them. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. AD, you see how they're playing you in the first half. What's the adjustment going to be?
So, we got to come out with a great intensity, and it starts in the warm-up. So we got to come out with a great intensity, great mindset, and try to go out there and win the third quarter.
I have never heard anyone say it starts in warm-ups until now. Thanks, AD. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, there's a definite postseason buzz in the air. Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. Taking a look at the 76ers, they've hung tough in what was a closely contested first half. If what we've seen in Game 1 so far is any indication, we're going to have quite a series on our hands. And from what we saw so far from the Sixers, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, there was one pleasant surprise, and that was the bench. They gave them a big lift. Those guys came into the game, they did all the dirty work, and they scored baskets.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
Reminds me of Kenny's suit selection. Has been very, very sloppy. Way too many turnovers. They look unorganized, out of control. It's not pretty basketball. The good news, though, they're still in a great position to win the game if they just cut down the turnovers.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway.
Welcome back, folks. A glorious view of the lights of downtown Philadelphia, America's most historic city. And we're back to the action here in this round one matchup. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, and then it wasn't all dunks. I mean, they were squaring up with confidence, and that became contagious.
And Simmons has got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. 4-point game. And tipping off the second half, here's Jim Boylan's 5. And down low, it's Markkanen and Carter. Zach LaVine is out there with Murray. And it's Durant in at the small forward.
Once Simmons turns on the Jets, there's no stopping him. I love seeing him play with this much confidence.
Here's Durant. It's not going to go for him.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
And the shot goes in.
You can't leave anyone uncovered around Simmons. I mean, he's fantastic in seeing when one of these guys is open.
Murray kicks to Markkanen. Embiid against Carter. It's Durant on the wing. That's in there. Carter with the assist. That's now 26 points for Kevin Durant.
Durant does such a good job of getting high percentage offensive plays. I mean, you can see that over the years.
Back to Simmons. And he slams it down right on top of Kevin Durant.
The versatility of Simmons is astounding, amazing, impressive. Dunks like this are just insane.
This is his second trip to the free throw line. That's good from Simmons. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Murray kicks to Markkanen. It's tipped, and it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Oh, man, yeah, he read it all the way. He got a jump on it. Very close.
Now off the inbound, and that one comes up a bit short. The 76ers leading by 9 to the inside. Davis, and it's Davis finishing it off.
Ooh. Inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. He passes it to Markkanen. Drills it from outside. Markkanen's got 7 points in the game.
And that's the confidence his teammates want to see. Markkanen is adept at firing off the pass.
Smith finds Simmons for Murray. Chicago grabs the miss. Carter's got 4 rebounds in this game.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
LaVine dishes to Murray. Shot clock at 6. And no good that time. Simmons with the defensive effort. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. It's Covington on the wing. No good on the triple.
It's a confidence shaker when you can't hit a wide open three.
LaVine kicks to Murray. Markkanen against Davis. Levine. Covington with the steal. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Simmons against Murray. Embiid, the pass to Simmons. Knocks it loose. Now Murray. 7 points in the game. Pass to Markkanen. Now the feed to Durant. Rebound by the 76ers. They've led by as many as 11 points. Covington finds Smith. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. And finished off by Davis.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Chicago calls timeout.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Well, I think the first thing they need to talk about is the rotation. There's a lot of miscommunication out there.
Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. Murray against Simmons. Markkanen on the double team. Embiid against Carter. Covington kicks to Embiid. Pass to Simmons. And he drops in the way up off the glass. And now a 12-point 76ers lead.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Passes it to Markkanen. Murray outside. Bulls moving the ball around. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Embiid.
Such a great feel for what the defender is thinking. Durant using the up fake, the pump fake, the psych, the welcome to the parachute club to draw the foul.
Nice work at the line so far, going 5 for 5.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. Durant hits them both. Simmons with it. He's got 22. And Simmons slams it in.
You can't let Simmons roam free on the offensive board. He's adept at burning the defense with his athleticism.
Bulls trail by 12. Murray with it. Now guarded by Simmons. The tray. And again, Chicago. No good.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Kicks it to Embiid. Fader on the way. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Embiid's got 12.
No hesitation when he saw the space that D was giving him. That's 2.
To the middle. Here's Durant. Good. And the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got his 7th assist here tonight.
It's his shooting that's kept them out of an even deeper hole.
Timeout called the 76ers. Philadelphia making a change here. Redick is checked in. Chicago making a switch here. defense, Chicago. To the paint. Here's Simmons, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Simmons got the lead up to 14 now for the 76ers. Chicago has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Melton passes to Portis. Durant against Smith. Now here's Durant. Defense is right there. And Embiid with the block.
Well, you got to be careful around Embiid. When he's around, he's capable of coming up with these blocks.
Bangs home the trifecta.
And you can see it. They're in a nice rhythm in terms of shooting. It's been that way the entire second half.
Yeah, they've come out of the break with an eye toward efficiency. One of the advantages they hold in this game.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Now here's Redick to the inside. Puts it up. And it's Simmons. That time on the assist from Redick. Redick's got 3 assists in the game. Bulls trail by 16. Melton passes to Carter. Durant feeling it out a bit. And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That'll be his second foul of the game. Carter kicks to Valentine. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Melton.
Versatile defender who can guard at any position. Simmons. He's using his speed and length to annoy shooters.
The shot by Redick, no good. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. They trail by 16. And the layup is good. Durant's got 11 in the second half.
And that's a perfect setup. Solid screen. Defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
Here's Simmons. Carter pulls it in. Carter's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Feeds to Durant. No good off the back of the rim. Philadelphia leading by 14. Here's Smith. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed. That's 7 points for Smith. Here's Melton. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Outside Durant. And Durant gets double teamed. Floats one. Portis can't get it to go. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Smith against Durant. Outside, Simmons. Down low, Davis. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Slicing and dicing the defensive piece. I mean, Simmons outstanding at distributing the ball in the screen and roll.
It's tipped. Valentine passes to Durant. Off target from outside. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, Sade comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operation.
This is a different ball game without his scoring. He's been Mr. Reliable at the offensive.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Carter left side. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Melton. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Bulls making a switch here. Philadelphia leading by 20. Now the pass to Covington. With the floater. And he banks in the layup. Korkmaz has got his first points of the night.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Pass to Valentine. Outside, Levine. Murray outside. Shot clock at 6. Here's Portis. And the Bulls with another miss.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Redick with the bucket.
The tenacity, the attention to detail. It's why these guys are in complete control.
Well, they continue to extend the lead. Terrific play on both ends of the court.
Now here's Murray. He's got 7. They need this one. The shot, no good. And the 76ers go the other way with it. Here's Korkmaz. 1:14 left in the third. From deep three-point range. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Murray's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Got it. Nice one there from Levine. Levine's got 10 points in the game.
It's encouraging whenever Levine connects from mid-range. I mean, he's showing he wants to get better from it.
Fires the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Outside Portis to the middle. Here's Valentine. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Oh, looking to connect with the open man, Portis. He's got the right mentality out there.
Outside, Redick. It's Noel, high post. Shamet. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Shooting 1.
Outside, Levine. He kicks it to Murray. Portis.
Going the other way.
That's his first personal foul.
Of Redick is insane. He's at ease pulling the trigger from way outside.
And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for Philadelphia. And his big game just keeps getting bigger. That quarter sees him get over 30 points. And we'll be back with you shortly. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play.
Welcome back as we get set to continue our coverage of this round 1 playoff matchup. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the 4th quarter. And so in the game for the 76ers, the lengthy duo of Noel and Embiid down low. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Korkmaz in at the 3. Philadelphia with the ball. The Bulls getting the bucket. Here's Noel. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Shooting for Philadelphia, Nerlens Noel. Taking 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Both free throws good from Noel.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And here are the Bulls now. He's covered by Noel. Lets it fly. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. And here's Redick. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Pass to Noel. 76ers moving the ball around. Hangs in the air. It's blocked.
Gotta have more of this moving forward. Portis has the size needed to turn back shots.
At the line for your 76ers, Joel Embiid. At the line for two.
Shooting two, gentlemen.
And the first one at the line is good.
Yeah. And there's no question when Embiid is healthy, he's a problem. I mean, a versatile, confident big man with a high ceiling.
And Embiid drops them both. The Bulls shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Outside Portis. And there it is for him. The 76ers shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? Shamet, the layup off target. Bulls have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. No one covering.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the fourth. Redick against Portis. Three-pointer. The shot by Redick, no good. Bulls have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. The shot by Valentine, no good. The 76ers have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Pass to Korkmaz. And there's the pass to Embiid.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
On the clock. Pulls up from the corner. And that one goes long.
Wasted opportunity. That's a good chance right there for an easy 2 on the open jumper.
Ball's knocked loose. Embiid with the steal. Shot from 16. Kept alive. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And the huge hands of Embiid. I mean, it helps on the board. He snatches up rebounds with ease.
Shooting one.
And for the Bulls, they're shooting in this game 45%. Carter outside. Valentine kicks to Carter. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Terrific pass work. That shot's a lot easier after an assist like that.
Shamet goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
I mean, that's about the only way he can score from there. Perfect use of the reverse in the face of some tough D.
To the left side wing. Here's Melton. Outside Portis. To the inside. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Shot, high post. Again, Philadelphia.
Now, almost any player left that wide open is going to bury that shot. This is the league. That's poor defensive work.
Here's Melton. He's covered by Noel. Takes it from 10. Rebound by the 76ers. Embiid's got his 18th rebound here tonight. All over the place. Korkmaz passes to Redick. Tipped away.
And if you want to drive your coach crazy, this is a good place to start.
Come on, man. This is a clown move. Heaving it from the parking lot, showing very little respect for the gang.
To the middle. Shamet. There's Embiid. And Noel kicks to Korkmaz. 6 to shoot. Shamet. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
He's getting hotter the deeper we get into this game. I mean, he didn't give him much of anything in the first half.
Here's Carter. Banked in off the glass. Carter's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Outside for Redick. Shamet. And the 76ers tack on 2 more.
Strange game for him. Barely made any noise in the first half, and here in the second, he's been everywhere.
Outside Portis. Bulls moving the ball around. From 10 feet out. Rebound by Joel Embiid. Embiid's got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. Redick with the bucket.
I mean, the main weapon in Redick's arsenal, he's out here to shoot it from deep, and he does that well.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Portis with it. Now defended by Embiid. Embiid against Portis. Embiid with the steal. Redick surveying the D. High post try, and he drops that one in. Redick's got 10 points in just the second half.
Efficient mid-range shooter. I like seeing Redick work in this shot from time to time.
Carter kicks to Portis. And the Bulls with another miss.
He's got to find better looks, so he's never going to pull out that funk he's in tonight.
That's tipped. Carter, the pass to Portis. Now here's Valentine. He's guarded closely. They get a hand on it. And here's Redick. Kicks it to Noel. Embiid against Carter. Shamet, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
That's his second personal foul. At the line for your 76ers, Landry Shamet. Taking 2 shots.
Two shots.
First free throw is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. And so Levine will bring it up now for Chicago. Left side, Portis. To the wing on the left. Murray outside. 6 to shoot. Now the dish to Durant. To halt the run, and Murray finishes it off.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Pass to Korkmaz. Inside. And it's Durant with the rebound.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
They grab their own miss. And there's the bucket from Markkanen.
I love the effort there. It's huge whenever Markkanen uses his body and height to grab offensive boards.
And Moore kicks to Covington. Out left to the wing. Shamet. Rebound by the Bulls. Portis has got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Levine. Here is Durant. With the fadeaway. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Levine's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. They are in complete control.
This is the ultimate definition of the zone. Everything they've done has worked.
And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
Taking 2 shots.
Two shots.
That free throw, no good.
I like that he's playing with an edge here in the second half. I mean, he didn't get to the line once in the first half.
Noel's checked in for the 76ers. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Carter's checked in. And he's good on the second. The Bulls have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the 4th, exactly 50%. Back to Durant. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Durant's got 39.
A fearless, tenacious scorer. I mean, Durant only needs to see one drop through. I mean, you know he's feeling it.
Now here's Moore. Over to the wing. To the middle. Here's Noel. Good work defensively by Carter.
The active defense making things very hard on him as he goes in for the layup.
Levine kicks to Markkanen. At the top of the key, Durant shoots over Covington, and it's Durant, that time on the assist by Markkanen. 41 points for Kevin Durant.
And it's important that Markkanen develops his floor awareness. I mean, passes like that go a long way.
Moore outside. Passes it to Covington. From past the arc. That shot off. Now Chicago takes it the other way.
A tremendous boost for these guys as this game winds down and what will be a win here in game one of the series for the 76ers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that in men. They just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Davis.
He had a hand in just about everything they did tonight. I mean, he just didn't take a single possession off on either end. He was the complete package.
Shooting one.
Chicago's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Levine up top, covered by Smith. Murray, the pass to Levine. Back to Murray, just 5 to shoot, and stolen by Simmons. To the middle, there's Noel, and Noel throws it down.
And leaving nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Yeah, that offense shifted into high gear. I love the attack mindset.
Now, here's Markkanen. He dishes it to Levine. Simmons against Murray. Teardrop shot, and Davis sends it back.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a handoff.
Now Simmons. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. A pretty good feeling right now for them to be out in front like this in the series.
You know, Kevin, momentum so critical. And you know they'll want to ride this wave into game two.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Anthony, tell us the focus for the team coming into the game tonight.
Well, you know, before we started the game, Coach came in and told us that we knew what we had to do. We were trying to stop a lot of their action. And, our biggest focus for the game was guard the ball. That's what we did coming out of that timeout, and then we looked back.
Led to a win. Thank you for your time, Anthony. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up for this broadcast of the NBA Eastern Conference quarterfinals. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.